outro?
It's fine. You're not going to get it too bad.
It looks like where they put the when somebody
Penalty box? What's up?
What about the decision to bring Anderson back?
Yeah, we felt like he's ready. You know, he's thrown up to 90-some pitches and been down for the full complement. His bullpen was great the other day. We feel like this can be a nice little shot in the arm for us.
was it really any kind of limitations or?
No, I think similar to all our other guys, once you get up close to that 100 pitch count, and we're pretty aware of that number with any of our guys at this point, and he'll be right around that number too, depending on how he gets there.
How'd you make the decision to put him in Straley's spot?
Well, that's just when he was ready to pitch. It was just one extra day for him, and so probably giving him the extra day probably isn't a bad thing at this point too.
Did you think of Straley when he was out here?
He did a nice job for us. I mean, it just shows the depth that we have in the organization. For a guy to come up here and he was 1-0 and we won all 3 of his starts and he pitched well, and I don't think we've seen his best game. I was talking to him today and he said he's got more in the tank than he's shown, and he's getting more and more comfortable each and every time, but we really felt like at this point in time it was time for Brett.
Your rotation was very good. How does it feel to add another arm with a lot of experience now?
Yeah, that was really the decision. Was try to get this guy ready and back, and when he's ready, then we were going to get him back because he is so talented. He's been a guy that other organizations, you target, you look at him, is he a number 1? Is he a number 2? He is that good. So we're looking forward to watching him tomorrow.
He was saying that during some of his rehab outings, he felt just as strong late in the game as he did early on. Is that a good sign of all this fitness? That he's made that a big priority.
Right, correct. And he just didn't go through the motions and, pitch down there with no intensity. And, a lot of times it's tougher to pitch in some of the minor league ballparks with the people in the stands. But, he didn't. He was very serious about it. I think it's 14 months or whatever it's been, and that's probably a pretty good timeline. And, everything that we've seen and the way he's feeling would suggest he's ready to go.
Bob, obviously there's evidence that guys like Tommy John that can come back on the mound, perhaps even stronger than ever. What about mentally, when a player endures an injury like that, especially at a young age? I think it can be a character-building situation. What have you seen you've talked before, the confidence he came in spring training. What has Brett evolved through this process?
Well, I mean, it makes you take a look at your career and realize how, vulnerable you can be. I think these Tommy John surgeries, these guys come back stronger and better at times, and at times they'll even throw harder based on, it's double, triple wrapped in there. So I think you find some security in that. On top of that, he's worked very hard. He's in much better shape than he's ever been in his career too. He's lost a lot of weight. He conditions a lot better, and I think he's a lot more, again, you cruise along with the talent level that he had, and now all of a sudden you have this injury, and it makes you look at your career a little bit differently. So I think all the way around, he's done some things to make him feel better about himself as far as the conditioning end, lost some weight, the whole bit. So I think he feels he's pretty good about where he is right now, and very confident.
Why the weight loss?
You know what? I don't know. I think it was probably encouraged a little, and I think he probably thought this was something he needed to do at a young age.
Is it an easy?
You'd probably have to ask him that.
Is it an easy decision to stick with the 5-man rotation?
Yeah, I don't think we're in a position to do anything but that. The other guys have pitched well over the course of the season, and from a bullpen standpoint, certainly before September, it's tough to do that.
It's really easy in the pennant chase to get distracted, the scoreboard watching, but obviously taking care of yourselves is the most important thing. What's the key to keeping guys playing within themselves, staying within the clubhouse?
Well, we try not to look at all the distractions. You can't help nowadays with, everything that's out there and comparing teams and where everybody is at this point in time of the season. There is kind of a finish line in sight at this point, but I think we try to insulate within preparing for a particular game. We do have some young players here that are having a lot of fun doing this, and we try not to put too much pressure on them. We try to keep it light in the clubhouse, and we have quite a few guys that are very good about doing that. So we're not looking at 15, 20 games. We're not looking at September. We're looking at, I know it sounds cliche, but this game and this series, and that's the way we've done it the whole season. And I don't think, anything we should do at this point should change.
You are going to make a decision on both Seth Smith and AJ Griffin. What will be that?
AJ is going to pitch on Wednesday. Right, Wednesday. And it'll probably be 65 pitches somewhere around then, which probably, he'll need at least one more. And then we'll be in September at that point, and then we'll look at our options and where we are with what we need as far as added pitching depth. And then Seth, we'll see how he does today. I mean, there's always a chance that he's going to lead off down there today. There's always a chance if he feels good, he could be back here tomorrow. If not, then maybe another day. But we're going to try to get him back as soon as he feels comfortable. I saw something about that. Yeah, a little. But I wouldn't put anything past him. Who is it with an independent team? Yeah, I haven't heard of that club. But, I wouldn't put anything past him.
This will be your first time seeing Brett on mound, right?
Sitting in the dugout, yeah, first time.
Pretty exciting, just to.
It is. I've seen him from afar. Actually saw him a little bit when I was in Arizona in spring training. He pitched a little bit for us, and certainly I've seen his body of work since he's been here with Oakland, but not from the vantage point of sitting here.